Hangout. It's Monday night, 6:30 California time. Saul K here, your host. I have here on the line Paul Farmer and Aaron Johnson. Guys, go around and say hi. Here's Paul.
Hey guys, how you doing? Happy to be here.
All right, Paul, are you in Texas?
I am, yeah.
All right, and Aaron, where are you?
In Baltimore.
Baltimore. Well, that is a great title, Middle Class Millionaire. That is funny. Cool. Well, Rodney Stokes, one of the founders of Multistream, said that he wasn't able to be here tonight because he's actually working on some of the technical side of things with some of the programmers. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to go around, just talk a little bit about our story, kind of how we got here. The last time we did this, I had Rodney tell his story, and we're going to kind of do our stories in short form, just how we kind of got online, what happened, and I just realized you can see my wife in the background. Hey, honey.
Yes.
Honey. All right.
That's the best part about you, Saul. Your family always in the background.
It's okay.
That's the best part about it. Your family always in the background.
They're always there. Well, okay, she's good. She's kind of shy. So, all right. So where is it? So yeah, basically, we're just going to talk about how we got here, basically, in a short form, and what Multistream is doing for us, how it's working. Maybe this could also be a little brief introduction if people are seeing this for the first time. They're just logging into their back office and looking at the upgrade and they're a little bit confused. We can talk about that briefly, but I always like to lead with stories and just get people involved. Looks like there's 10 people watching, so welcome everybody. There is a chat role perhaps on your right side if you're new to Google Hangouts.
It's actually below.
Oh, for you guys it's below? Okay. So
if they're on the page, if they were invited to the Hangout, it would be below the video.
So I guess it's different in different browsers. Mine's on the right, but wherever it is, if you're in Google Hangout, there's like a little chat up in this corner. It's a blue thing, but it could be somewhere else if you are somewhere else. So if you're live with us, feel free to chat in if there's some questions you want to ask. So Paul, let's start with you. Let's hear a little bit about your story, like how you got into internet marketing, and you could tell us whatever you like, whatever you think would be the best.
All right, yeah. So I'll keep it pretty brief, but basically my story is I come from a teaching background and a personal training background. So I was a physical education teacher. I taught pretty much every level, and every grade from first grade up to 12th grade. And so long story short, what happened was in 2010, I was released from my teaching position. I was laid off because the economy just tanked. It was horrible. And I really didn't know what to do. I didn't know how I was going to replace my income. There were no other teaching jobs around anywhere. Personal training wasn't something I wanted to go back into at that time. So I was just kind of lost. And I would spend basically the next 2 years trying to find something that I wanted to really dive into and do. And during this time, I had to overcome quite a few fears. So one of the things I did was I started my own fitness boot camp business. It was the first business I ever started, and it didn't go well. But what it taught me was I could step out of the box, like everyone else is doing the typical thing. I stepped out of the box, took a chance. Even though it didn't go the way I had planned it to go, it made it so I was able to now move forward into other things and not be intimidated by those. Okay, so. From my boot camp experience, I was brought into network marketing, kicking and screaming, really didn't want to be there, didn't understand it at all. And I know some people on here now may be in that same boat. And what I found really quickly was my knowledge of fitness and health wasn't going to really go very far because I didn't know how to market. I didn't know how to really communicate with people in a marketing type of way. So anyway, I came in, I struggled. Long story short, struggled for like 2 years. About my second year, I had a breakthrough. I was talking to a multi-millionaire, and he basically told me, hey, I just made $5,000 in this last few hours. Just made $5,000. And I'm like sitting here like, man, I barely made $200 in 2 years online, you know? And so for some reason, something clicked. And, I'd been doing everything. I've been blogging, I've been doing videos, I was doing emails. I mean, I was doing everything they told you to do. But what was missing for me was belief. And for some reason, when he told me it was easy to make money, I don't know why, but it clicked. And then from there on, I just started making sales. And they just started coming faster and faster, and it became easier and easier. And so I would like to say it just got better and better from there. But long story short, again, company tanked. It went under. I lost a lot of money. And this cycle kind of continued. But I had my skills that I had developed. I had just been plugging away. And now let's just come to the present. Here I am in multi-stream system. And I got to tell you, multi-stream system is just an awesome system. If you're not in this system, you're going to want to take a good look at it. And, I like it because it's simple. And if you follow the training that you get and just everything that is provided, and you plug into the leaders that are involved in this system, there's no reason why you can't. I mean, with learning, working on your mindset, which is actually in the platinum level and all that, all the trainings in there, you can totally develop a solid income from home, just like the rest of the guys on this panel are going to tell you. But long story short, that's my story. I mean, I've been working with people one-on-one. I've coached people and just things like that. I have a great time with it. I really enjoy it. It's something where you're going to spend your day helping others. And like I said, I come from that teaching background with the personal training, and one of the things I love to do is motivate, encourage, and help people reach their goals. So with that, I'm going to pass it back to Saul, and I think, Saul, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you. I was just listening. Awesome story. So, what I got from that was the first major shift you had. Well, I would like to at some point hear the long version of how you were pulled kicking and screaming into network marketing.
Yeah.
Like dragging you into a home meeting, and you're like, no, I don't want to go. But the mindset shift you have when someone that made $5,000 in a few hours or something like that told you that it was easy to make money doing this, and that mindset shift was really what I heard in your story was the beginning of you becoming successful. And it's not like you have a mindset shift and all of a sudden everything just totally works magically, but something is planted in your mind. You get to see it in your subconscious mind that it's actually easy to make money online. It's actually easy to do this. And it took me probably a year working online to get to that point where I, sort of this tipping point of like, oh, this is so hard, this is so confusing, this is impossible, this is overwhelming, I don't know what to do. And all of a sudden, oh, wait, this is happening. Oh, wait, this is easy. And then there's something contagious about that. And I'm sure when you're coaching people and when you're doing one-on-ones, you now have that belief that's so deeply entrenched inside of you that people feel that. People feel the energy that you're putting out way more than what you say. What you say is like 7%. It's physiology, it's energetic. So, but that belief system, that unconscious belief that if this is easy to do, is huge. It's massive. So thanks for that. And also the other thing that you touched on briefly, which we might circle back to, is overcoming the fear and also like coming up against failure and just like and doing it anyway. I think I heard the statistic. I think it was from Les Brown. He said you got to be hungry, but he also says eight out of 10 millionaires were bankrupt at one time. 8 out of 10. So what that means is, these people had the millionaire mindset before they got to that level and they overcome failure. So anyway, I'm going to go on a rant here. So I'm going to pass it over to Aaron. Thank you, Paul. Aaron, let's hear your story.
Well, now I feel kind of bad because you said you've been taking a year, and Paul, he's been taking way longer than that. I didn't start till February, so like most people on this call, I'm hoping that they are newbies like myself. I started in February with Four Corners, one of the programs within the multi-stream system, and there I met some mentors, and when I found out who was in the number one spot, I went and latched myself to him. I bugged him. I probably Facebooked him 3 times a day my first week just so I could try to find out information from him. And then he started charging people $2,000 an hour to help And I was like, oh, I'm getting it for free because I'm talking to him all the time. And from there, that relationship with Frank, who was in charge of, who's pretty much number one in Four Corners, that led to Rob Frazier, and Rob Frazier led to Ari, and Ari led me to Rodney, and now I'm here. But between February until I got into multi-stream system, I've been training. I just been pretty much. It's not books per se, but I've been learning lessons from people who I know that are leaders in every organization. So I pretty much been following them around and picking up their scraps for the most part. So that's what led. I was like, oh, this is my opportunity. It's a new system, multi-stream system. I'm gonna take advantage of it. Everything that I hear from them, everything that I learn from them, I'm gonna mimic them. And that's where what was it, like 1,000-something signups in less than 30 days, based off the information I learned. So now I'm still on my learning curve, and my learning curve is to figure out how to follow up consistently, how to follow up better to get the signups to take action, because that's like the weakness for some people is going to be they could get people going to be good at signing up people, but like my strengths was just like Paul with the education background. As you can see, I have the ABCs and all that stuff back here. I mean, I've been running my own daycare for the last 3 years. I've been teaching since 2004. I quit teaching when my son was born in 2010. I quit teaching in 2012 after my son was born. I had a daycare in my house, but I just didn't use it. And having that business mindset already, I already felt like I had an advantage. That's how I knew I wanted to keep the costs low in the daycare, and that's why I was like, oh, I know I could get some money at. I could do it online, and patience was my best thing. So everybody wanted. It seemed like all the messages I get, people saying, how can I get paid? How long have you been on? Oh, this is only my second day. It's not gonna come in day 2. You're not gonna get paid on day 2, people. And so it took me 5 months before I actually withdrew, and that whole 5 months I was learning. And that's why when we come into now with the multi-stream system, I was ready for it. I was looking for it. I was looking for something new that my mentors wasn't doing, and I wanted to bring what they taught me to the table. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Okay, well, I'll chime in. I think that what you said was so valuable, so valuable. First, find mentors. Number 2, that there's a learning process. That this stuff. I mean, I literally knew nothing about marketing online. I started February 3rd, 2014. I didn't know what a squeeze page was, lead capture page, autoresponder, syndication, blogging, nothing. I could play guitar. That's what I did for 20 years before this. But literally, I literally knew nothing. And I spent my first few months learning 2 to 4 hours a day. I was watching videos, and I was in one of the systems that was in multi-stream power. And they have hundreds of hours of training, and so I use that. But it's not a question of where you learn from. It's a question of that you're learning. So if you guys are newbies, if you're just like starting online, yes, you can make money in your first week, especially like if you sign up for something like Traffic Monsoon and you buy an ad pack, you literally start making money within the first hour, which that didn't exist when I started. My advertising pays didn't exist when I started. This whole the revenue share program, maybe they were around, but definitely I didn't know about it. And so I think just a couple things that Aaron said that were super important. Just be learning all the time, find mentors, and if you're watching this and you're in the right spot, also that he had owned his own business before, running a daycare, which, man, my hat is off to you. I mean, dealing with one child for 5 hours, you must have massive amount of patience. It's incredible. But he had a business owner's mindset. And so coming into the multi-stream or anything that he did, he had that mindset, which I think one of the things he got from that was it takes time to learn the system, and it's a business owner's mindset. I often think about like franchise owners. Like I get Entrepreneur Magazine that I'm reading right at the moment, and in Entrepreneur Magazine, in the back, you'll see all these franchises, and there's pages and pages and pages of franchises, right? And they range from like $5,000 to $500,000 just to like buy the business to start. And you don't even start making money for a much longer period after that. So the thing about the online business space, and Paul, I'm sure you've experienced this as well, is it's so inexpensive to get started that people don't treat it like a business. So consequently, they don't make money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, if I can cut in, yeah, absolutely. I mean, when it comes to treating it like a business, that's the thing. You know, it's not a hobby; it's a business. What are you showing her?
Oh, he's got
mine came today too.
Oh, nice.
Got that synced up. That's pretty cool.
That's good stuff. Darren Hardy, right?
You gotta be learning.
Darren Hardy, yeah. Yeah, when Saul was saying that, I just wanted to say this real quick. When he said he came in, he didn't know anything. I can totally, I agree with that completely. I didn't know what a lead was. I heard people talking about leads. I didn't know what it was. So, I mean, I was completely lost. Capture pages, blog. I mean, I knew how to blog because I was blogging. I started my own blog. But I didn't know how to blog to make money. I was just blogging to blog. So, but yeah, I mean, if you guys are new and everything's just kind of over your head, take it one step at a time. Plug into the leaders, and plug into the training that they have here in a multi-stream system. That's gonna help you get started and get going. And like I said, just take it one step at a time. Keep it simple. Focus on the process. One of the best things I ever was told was focus on the process. Like marry the process, divorce the outcome. And the reason you say that is because typically when you come into a business, it's going to take you, I want to say, give it a year. You got to give it at least a year and just do the process. Do what you need to be doing to build that business. Now, Aaron's doing great. You know, he had a mentor, so he took a huge shortcut. That's a huge key right there. You know, you have a mentor that's been where you want to go, is where you want to go. That's going to save you so much time, so much frustration, so much money. So you cannot discount that. You absolutely want to have a mentor. But yeah, I mean, my best advice though, and this is what I heard before, was focus on that process. Forget the outcome. Divorce that outcome. And the reason is, if you're looking every day, and you're like, you know what, I'm doing this thing, but I don't see the results. It's going to mess with your head, and you're going to want to quit because you're like, it's not working. Because typically we want to see results right away, and it just doesn't work that way. It just takes time. And I know Saul could say a few things about that, and I'm sure Aaron could as well. But it takes time, especially if you're doing paid marketing. It's going to take time for your cold leads that you just got to warm up to you. They don't know you, so it's going to take time. You have to follow up with them and create a relationship with them, educate them, and share who you are. Be who you are. So these are just some things that, we're just barely touching these things, but these are so important to understand. But yeah, if that's one thing I'll give you, is focus on that process. Divorce the outcome, because the outcome is going to come if you do the process. You're going to get the result if you follow the process. So,
awesome.
Yeah. So I'll let you talk. I'll keep talking, Saul. So I'll just pass it back to you, man.
Yeah. So I think for anyone that's new, that there's just a couple of terms that Paul just said that I'd like to translate, like cold lead and warm lead. I didn't even know what that meant. So basically, what he's saying when he says cold lead. For example, that's someone that just goes to your multi-stream page and opts in. Opting in meaning they put their email address in, and then they go into your Aweber account, which you should have set up. If you don't, there is a video on YouTube that I made that explains exactly how to do that. Maybe I can put that in the link here somewhere. Anyway, so the other thing that he said that's really important is those leads are cold, meaning they're not people that you know, they're not people that you have a relationship with. It's someone that just happened to opt into your system, multi-stream, or your lead capture page. And what happens is, over time, if you really want to be successful in this industry, you definitely want to pay attention to what I'm about to say. Very, very important. Over time, you deliver massive value to those people. Massive value. I'm talking, there's no dollar amount on what you put. You know, Aaron, you're a teacher, you know what I'm talking about. When you deliver massive, massive, massive value, people will know you, they'll get to like you, they'll trust you, and they'll buy stuff from you. Like if you are delivering hours of value content, somebody is going to not blink when they join your National Wealth Center, for example, and pay $25 a month for self-development. Like that's nothing. That's like a non-issue because you've given them so much value. You know, you always want to way over-deliver value. And what's difficult in our industry is there's so many ways to make money quickly, and there's so many opportunities. Like every week, there's something new. So it's hard to. You have to find this balance of being very excited, like we're all totally fired up about multi-stream system, and I have 950 people in my team, and it's growing, but you always have to focus on value. You always have to lead with value. And that will, anyone that's listening to this, you can take that into any business you do from now on, and it will help you, it will serve you. So, anyway, Paul, I know I just riffed on that, but I think it's just really important to don't, you know, one thing that happens often with a new opportunity like multi-stream, it's really only been around for like a month or so it's still new, is people will take their link and they will start just spamming it around Facebook and like, join my business, join my business, join my business. And let me just advise you guys, no one will ever join your business if you randomly post a link somewhere and say, join me. It's never going to happen. I know I did that for the first 5 months too, and I got thrown in Facebook jail, I got things shut down, bad things happen. So don't do that. What you want to do is provide value. And if you don't have an email list, you can start on your Facebook wall. Just provide values. Do inspiring quotes. Do inspiring teachings, trainings, videos. And also, of course, you can make friends with all of us on Facebook. We're approachable and chattable. And just like Aaron was talking about making friends with Frank and chatting with him a few times a day, you know, we're all in this for the long haul, so we're here to help. So just real quick, I know we're almost to a half an hour, so I want to just really quickly show you the multi-stream back office in case you're brand new to this, to just walk you through a couple of things. So hold on just one second. So here's my back office. And just a couple things to show you. This, so where I found this was I clicked on my account tab. And if you're watching this live, it looks like someone new is coming on. Cool, well, we'll figure out who that is. So this is your link that you want to have people join right here. It's multistreamsystem.com, you know, whatever your number is. When people ask you to join, that's your link. And the thing that I want to show you that's really important as well is if you're already in this, or if you're new, there's a button here that's red that will say, I think it'll say upgrade before you get this. Half an hour, so I want to just really quickly show you the multi-stream back. Cool. So whoever that is that just got on, make sure to link that out so we don't hear my name twice. So you can the back office. Oh. Thank you, Paul. Well done. I don't know how you did that, but that was great. So basically, you hit the platinum, and then what you want to do is, if you're not a JVZoo affiliate, you have to register here. And there's a video how to do this. It's right here. Rodney made the short video. It tells you how to do this. But I'm just kind of reiterating because it's important to do these steps correctly. Otherwise, you will lose commissions to people that are higher in your upline. When you register for JVZoo, you apply for approval, and then you put your link right down here. Of course, this Hangouts, currently we're doing one, but this is the last one that we did. There's also some cool training in here, personal development. There's a bunch of ebooks, some audio, there's some videos. There is Aweber integration, and there's a short video on how to do it here. I also have a video that's on YouTube. Just look up Aweber multi-stream. That's like 20 minutes long. That kind of goes through this more in depth to how to do this. And you know, make sure to join all your businesses so that when people under you join, they do the same thing. And here, just a couple of quick things on the problems that this business solves. The problems that this business solves are, there's a whole bunch of them, but the easiest ones are several of us were in different opportunities together or separately or concurrently, and this basically takes 8 income streams and puts it into one link. 8, guys. There's 6 in traffic in multi-stream, plus a bonus, plus the upgrade itself. So that's, you get 8 income streams. And there's nothing I've ever seen out there like this. So we're still very new. There's probably only 30,000 people that are even in multi-stream system. So don't think that the market's been saturated. There's millions of people, I mean literally millions of people that want what we have to offer here. And if you just poke around Facebook and join some groups, you'll see, make money online. There's like 50,000 people in there, or 80,000, or 100,000. So there are tons of ways to find people that are in the businesses that are already in the system and prospect them, meaning connect to them and show them what we have. So I want to just wrap this up real quick, but we do have a guest on here, and I want to find out who you are and and maybe you have something just to say to everyone. Paul, can you unmute him? Okay, well, Jenna.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, hi Luigi, who are you?
My name is Luigi Bruni. Nice to meet you. Your name is Saul?
Saul, like Better Call Saul.
Yeah, thanks. Welcome to all the other two guests that are also on, but I've been seeing them online for a while. Honestly, a little bit the same story as everyone. I'm a network marketer for the last 25 years. I've joined numerous companies, and each time I've always insisted, like 4 or 5 years, I never really given up, that I never really found the deal that would bring me to that next level. And the reasons are so numerous. I mean, it comes down to personal development, and it's funny because each time you have you don't get success, you think that you've wasted time, but you didn't waste nothing because you've always acquired extra knowledge and extra power. I mean, extra the way that you act. Like, I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago, not the same person I was 20 years ago, and I'm certainly not the same person I was even last week, because every week, I don't know, things are, and it's just like technology. Technology, when you look at it, 100 years ago, it was developing at a certain rate. When you look at it 50 years ago, it was going faster, and when you look at technology now, it's just blowing us away. Well, network marketing is the same thing. At the beginning, it seems like so strenuous. It takes a lot of time and patience to acquire all these skills and different talents to be able to network properly. But when you do start having all these tools, it's funny because everything comes into place at the same thing. And when you do start believing in yourself, you do attract better things. And it's all a question of attitude, about believing in yourself, and also about hanging around positive people. I mean, if I have one advice to tell everybody out there is, please just get rid of all the naysayers and everybody that's just negative about you. I mean, if they're family and friends, you can't get rid of them, so you have to keep them. That's okay. But you don't have to listen to them, and you don't have to share about. And one sad thing about everybody when they start is they go after their cold market, their family and friends, and I think that's almost the worst. That's the worst thing that you can do in a way. I almost rather go after secondary people and then have to come back to these family and friends. Why? Because sometimes these family and friends, they seem to right away turn you down, and they say that you're wasting your time, and you get a lot of people in your family telling you that these things don't work and it's scams. Well, listen, so that's my little personal opinion. What I can say about Facebook, and I don't know why they do this to us. I've been put in jail for, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, and I'm always finding different ways about handling it. So I post to different groups. I do it less slowly. I post to a little bit less groups. And basically what it is, okay, it's you have to build relationships. Just build relationships, because people do business with people they like. It's that simple. And, I mean, one thing that I'm going to end with, and I love this because I'm a car salesman, and Henry Ford always said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, either way, you're right. That's the way it is, man. So believe in yourself. Think that you can. Beautiful things will happen. Hang around positive people. Get rid of all the naysayers, and stick to the system. Because you know what? I honestly think this system is marvelous. I've been in a lot of different deals. Honestly, just before getting into multi-stream, I was with another deal, which was iGrow, which was in our network. That's why I came in, because of iGrow. And sadly, iGrow was taken out because of the compliance section that didn't want it there, but that's okay. Well, right now, I'm doing all the other opportunities that are on multi-stream more than I am with iGrow. So I think it's a good idea that we can just like have one link and focalize on all these different kind of opportunities. Like 2 of them right away, Traffic Monsoon and My Paying Ads. It's a no-brainer. I mean, It's a no-brainer. You just put a little bit of investment, keep track of what's happening, try to get a couple of referrals, and that's it. Now you can work on Power Leads, Four Corners, and National Wealth Center. You don't have to do them all, you know. But so people like me and some others, we're all in, you know. But you know, if you want, just start with 1, start with 2, start with 3. What's important is what you do it with love, man. That's all it is. Thank you for having me on, and it'll be a pleasure to come on even more often. Because one thing that's for sure is that we can't make it too long. That's when we lose people. So I love you. Have a good day, bro.
Hey, by the way, where are you calling from?
Canada.
Canada. Nice. Cool.
Hey, and we don't have Eskimos where I live.
Not yet. Cool. Hey, Paul, can you just lead you out real quick because there's an echo looping around. Well, thank you, Luigi, for your time. Aaron, thank you for your time. Paul, thank you for your time. Paul, Aaron, do you guys want to say just a couple last words before we log off? Aaron, go for it.
Basically is you got to find a plan, you got to stick to it. Plan A is always going to be the best plan, but plan A part 1 could be a better plan. So make a plan, stick to it, and just tweak it a little bit to make it work for where you at.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. I think next time we do this, hey, you gotta rearrange the letters to say multi-stream in the background. Cool. Thanks for hopping on there. I appreciate your time. Paul, do you want to say something? Some final words?
I mean, pretty much the same thing I already said. Focus on the process. Like Aaron said, have a plan. Follow the plan. Daily method of operation, which means you know what you're doing every day. Just follow that. Find someone that has a proven plan and follow their plan. If they got results, there's a reason for that. You'll get results too. Model what they do. So, like I said, I can go on and on, but I'm not going to. We're over time, so pass it back to you, Saul.
All right, thanks, Paul. Thanks for your time. And Luigi, also thanks for your time. And thank you for your time. You know, it's the one resource, the most valuable resource we all have, and it's the one thing we all get the same amount of. So that we thank you for your time. We honor you, and we hope you find great success here in Multistream. Make sure to upgrade, and you know what? Don't be afraid to mess up. Just get in the back office and click everything. Just click on a bunch of buttons. Try to break the system. You know, I think a lot of people start online and they're afraid. And they're like, oh my God, I spent like 4 weeks and I'm ready to do my first blog post. Here it is. Ta-da! You know, or I did my first video. And as you guys can see, there's still laundry in the back office. I'm in my dining room. You know, people join people, right? We have all these businesses, but people join people. So if it's one other golden nugget I'm going to give you guys is put yourself out there, you know. Just start doing videos. Trust me, my first videos looked terrible. I had no idea what I was doing or what I was even talking about. I was like, I just watched this video and this guy in Costa Rica did all this crazy stuff, and I didn't even know what I was talking about. So just start now, and 4 months from now you'll be amazed at where you are. 6 months from now you'll be amazed. A year from now you'll be a leader. 2 years from now you'll be free, or sooner. So whatever your timelines are, write them down, stick to them. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you, Rodney, and all the creators of the system. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next Monday night. Have a good night.